Yeah.
For food. Right after it. For batteries.
George Floyd! Breonna Taylor! Breonna Taylor! Breonna Taylor! Breonna Taylor! Breonna Taylor!
Woo!
George Floyd! George Floyd!
No! Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter! 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 Black Lives Matter!
Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter! 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 Black Lives Matter!
I can't breathe!
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
I can't breathe! I can't breathe! I can't breathe! I can't breathe! I can't breathe!
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
I can't breathe! I can't breathe! I can't breathe! I can't breathe! I can't breathe!
Get Officer Kevin, let him talk on his megaphone.
No peace. No justice. No justice. No justice. No justice. No justice. No justice. No justice.
No peace!
No justice.
No peace! No
Say his
justice!
name. Say his name. George Floyd. Say his name. George Floyd. Say his name. George Floyd. Say it louder. George Floyd. Say it louder. George Floyd. Say it louder. George Floyd. Say his name. George Floyd. Say her name. Breonna Taylor. Say her name. Breonna Taylor. Say her name.
Breonna Taylor!
Say it louder. Breonna Taylor. Say it louder. Breonna Taylor. Breonna Taylor. Say his name. George Floyd. Let's go. First I just want to say, thank everybody for coming out. Honestly, this is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even live in Hammonton, but this is crazy. Right now, alright, so to start, we have a moment of silence for George Floyd and everybody else that's been affected. Police brutality, along those lines. So, quick little moment of silence. Alright. So now, if you guys didn't know, George Floyd had a police officer's knee on his neck for 9 minutes. 9 minutes. His last words were, "I couldn't breathe. I can't breathe." Calling for his mom. "I can't breathe." So I think it's only right if we all get down on one knee for 9 minutes. 9 minutes to realize it ain't right. And I will continue.
Let me see your sign.
As we knee here for these 9 minutes, let's go into our hearts of prayer to end injustice, racism, prejudice, abuse of power. None of these things come from God. God is about justice and love and peace. And so we who march today, we march for those things. We are calling out the sin that's hidden in hearts, the racism that remains, the vice that masquerades as virtue. We pray for those who are supposed to be watching over us, that God guide them, that the power and authority they have always be used with justice and compassion, that they never abuse the power they've been given. We have to call to an end an unfair law, a law that's not always applied evenly. God judges evenly. He does not make distinctions. And so we pray that we be the same way. Those in power realize that they will be judged. And they must follow the law like everyone else. They are not above the law, but servants of it. To serve their fellow citizens, especially those most affected by prejudice and racism and poverty. But we must call honesty in our own hearts. How any of us have been a part of that. No one is innocent in the eyes of God. We have all fallen. So we all must pray for change, conversion of our own hearts. Evil that is ignored grows. Sin that is not rejected is sin committed. Injustice uncorrected is injustice accepted. If we want the protests and our voices to be heard, then we need to end injustice. For there is no true peace without anywhere we see it, but especially in what happened to George Floyd and those like him. And so, bless all those who peacefully protest, who are willing to stand up, watch over them and guide them, that their voices may be heard and true change may come. Amen.
Amen.
If anybody else has any words they want to say, the microphone's open. Just come on up here. If anybody got anything they want to say, I'll start it off while we're on a knee. We're not really here. Thank you. Yeah, so thank you guys. So this ain't really about white versus black or black. There ain't nothing versus nobody. We all here to support a common goal. That common goal is justice and equality for everybody. I mean, like, it shouldn't be for certain people or certain races. We all human race. We're all together. So Yeah, I mean, that's all I gotta say. We're all in this together. At the end of the day, we all equal, and we gotta have these conversations with each other and open this. We all gotta see what's going on. It's the blurred lines. There's no more. Everybody knows what's going on, and we gotta stand up. All our voices be heard. It's bigger than all of us. That's pretty much all I got to say. If anybody else wants to say anything.
Hello, everybody. My name is O.C. Norman. I live in this community. I went to school in this community. I've grown up in rural South. I've lived in the cities across America. I've seen both sides of the fence. But the one thing that I can say that is consistent is that no matter where you go, there are allies like you guys who are there to speak up and advocate for us that don't get the same treatment as people who may not look like you or come from where you come from. That is greatly appreciated, mainly because there's no chance for justice or for change if those who are unaffected are equally as outraged as those who are affected. And I appreciate everybody coming out, but as I've said before, this does not stop here. This is not a moment, this is a movement. What that means is that everybody here has a responsibility and a duty to not just hold a sign, not to just shout chants, and not just to have those conversations, but to go to those ballot boxes and make sure that they're voting. And I'm not talking about those votes that your neighbor made or somebody talked you into. I'm talking about votes that you researched. Those people that you actually looked into, not just knowing the issues, but understanding that they support what you stand for. I'm not talking about going on to Facebook and reading a comment and making up a flash judgment because of a headline that you saw. I'm talking about going out there and doing your research, not just because Fox News said so, not just because CNN said so, because you went out there and you verified your sources and you understand what's going on in your community. But again, that first step is having those conversations, and I thank you all for having those conversations within your household and showing up here today. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Yvette, and I'm here. I want to thank our brothers and sisters in the African American community that came before us. I'm Latina, and I know that the rights that we have are because of all the work that they have done before us, and all the people that have really fight or have led the way for us. And the other thing that I want to say is that in this moment of history that everything is falling apart, and that we are starting to realize how interconnected we all are, and that the people that have been invisible to us and that have been devalued, that those are the essential workers in our community that we depend on. So this is a moment that we can hopefully all realize how much we need each other and how much we need to support each other, and how when we don't see the other, everybody in the community misses out. Like if we uplift each other, there's an opportunity for every one of us to become contributing members of our community, and I'm convinced that everyone wants to be a contributing member.
I'm going to make my personal comment about that. The reason why I personally will not kneel is in my mind and in my heart. When I see an officer as that, and I wouldn't even call him an officer, as that person of evil kneeled on that man's neck, disabling his ability to breathe, it turns my stomach. It hurts me to the core. That's why I won't kneel out here today, because to me, anyone seeing that, that's the image that comes to mind. That image has to change. We as law enforcement, especially in New Jersey, care about our community, care about learning, care about changing, to grow, to better serve our communities, to protect our communities. Abraham Lincoln said in the Gettysburg Address, "Do not let these lives that were lost go in vain." Anyone that has lost their life due to the evil, that's what it is. The tyranny of someone abusing their power, those lives shall not be lost in vain. We are the people of the government. We are the people of our nation. And we have the ability and the chance to change that. Speak up. That's why we're here today. To teach each other, to learn, to walk away from events like this with knowledge gained. It may not be a true understanding. I could never understand what someone of color has been through. I am not a person of color. But I can have an appreciation and understanding in the concept of listening and learning to make appropriate change. And that's what we are all about as our police department. And I thank everyone for coming out here for that.
Thank you.
Who's the evil? Racism.
Anybody who's racist.
As a retired educator,
It's not that hard but to understand.
teachers that I've known, as a retired educator, I know that the teachers that I worked with tried very hard in their lessons to make sure that we told each other our stories. I've heard it time and again today, listen and learn. That's what we need to do. Everybody has a story. I was blessed to grow up, go to school in this community, and I've been very blessed never to experience the kinds of things that I find horrifying happening to others. But we all have a job. The only way that evil can triumph is if good people stand by and let it triumph. We need to speak up when we see even the smallest little acts. No bullying, no racism, no prejudice. We all deserve justice. And no one will be free until we are all free.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Diego Gonzalez Rojas. I go to Hammonton High School, and I've lived here my entire life, and I'm so glad that someone decided to do this in this town, because I stand with the black community, and in Hammonton there are a couple of people who just don't agree with that, and I'm just so glad that someone decided to do this here, because our voices need to be heard. Everyone needs to know that Black Lives Matter, and no justice, no peace, and we will fight. We will fight for everyone's freedom until everybody is equal. I'm not black, but I hear you. I'm not black, but I mourn with you, and I will fight with you until we all have equality. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Alejandra, and I, as a Latina woman, this gives me so much sentiment, and I am so happy to see everybody here. I'm happy to see white people here. I'm happy to see Latino people here. It makes me really happy to see you
closer, louder, Mom.
if they don't want to do it, I mean, you know. I didn't really watch the video of George Floyd. I just think it's kind of sad that we keep repeating this system. We keep repeating this. It's like every year we see a black man, you know, killed by the police. And
Every couple of weeks.
yes, every couple weeks. But, you know, this is not where it ends. Yes, those 3 men were charged, but that's not the end of it. We are not just protesting for those men to be arrested. We are protesting for this systematical injustice to end. We need equality for everyone.
Go ahead, you got it. Keep going.
I was not going to talk about this, but I attend Stockton University. This morning, I found out that there was, you know, a girl in the nursing program who drew blackface and basically called herself the N-word. And Stockton brushed it up. I was just appalled. That was ridiculous to me. This is not only about police. If you guys really, really care about, you know, equality for everybody, this girl could be a future doctor. This is why black people, Latino people die. This is why they don't get, you know, the same treatment that white people do anywhere in hospitals, anywhere, basically. We need this discrimination to stop. People need to educate themselves. I've seen so many Latinos, so many Asians, so many minorities that don't really know what they're talking about. They just go with the stereotypes, and they don't even want to educate themselves. And, you know, we brush it off. We're like, okay, those are the ignorant people. We're not even going to do anything. But we, as a people, we as a community, have to stand up to this. We have to educate those people. People need to be educated. They have to stop being ignorant so we can just all basically get the same treatment at the end. You know, everybody needs to know that there's just an injustice, there's racism, there's discrimination, there's prejudice everywhere. And I'm not gonna lie, everybody has these things. Everybody believes in some type of stereotype, but I just believe that we all have to educate ourselves. We all have to stand up to this. It doesn't end here. It doesn't end with just these people getting arrested. We have to do more for equality for everybody. Thank you.
Yeah, just like what my good friend here was saying, it starts with the polls. Voting is important. You gotta do your research. It goes a long way. You know, it's a part of the system. Like my good friend, she was mentioning, justice system, the hospitals. It goes a long way. And this is just the beginning. You know what I'm saying? This is just the tip of the iceberg. It's been going on for a while, but you know, we gotta keep it going, we gotta keep moving. And every single day, just keep reminding yourself and the people around you that we're all equal, we're all in this together, and that it's bigger than all of us.
Hi, my name is Miana and I also go to Hammonton High School. Yesterday I attended a protest in Hoboken and had about 10,000 people there, and it was one of the most moving things I think I've ever experienced. And I learned something very important, that I am not a person of color, and I have never once been scared to go out in public or scared of the police because of my skin color. I've never had any sort of issue because of my skin color. And I know that a lot of people of color can't say the same thing. This country was built on the backs of people of color, and the fact that we still have found a way to use their oppression to our advantage is absolutely disgusting to me. And I know a lot of you probably won't agree with this or whatever, but I don't believe in God, so I feel like this is something that we have to take into our own hands. We have the power to control this system. We have the vote. I'm a minor, so I can't make a change in that aspect, but But all of you people that are above age and have the ability to vote, please do. Please, you can make a difference with what you do.
Hello, everybody. My name is Sam Ray, and what this young lady just eloquently said, I agree with her. We all have to make a stand. We all should vote. Everyone here has a belief system. My profession, I'm a respiratory therapist. I have an office in Millville, New Jersey, and I have to tell you that 80% of my patients that come in for myself and Dr. Canetti are either Hispanic or Black, Afro-American, I should say correctly. And we will treat anyone. Doesn't matter what the color, what the race is. We treat people who don't even have insurance because we believe in the person. Every one of you here today is an individual. Like someone had just said earlier, a young lady just said, that it's a shame that because of culture, because of race, someone cannot have an education. That is not true. Every one of you matters. Every single one of you. Those of you who are standing for Black Lives Matter, you matter. And you know that. I'm also going to tell you the other side of me. This young lady here, and she has a right to say it, that she says she doesn't believe in God. Well, there's a lot of people who don't. I'm one of those weirdos who do. All right? And I do know that Jesus said that he died for every single person in this world. Amen. So everyone matters to our Savior Jesus. You just got to believe on him. And I don't care what creed or race you come from. Stand by your beliefs. Believe in what you do. And to me, this is so honorable today as a peaceful, what do I call this, demonstration? Is that correct term?
It's a protest.
And I respect you for that. So thank you for giving me some time to let you know that as a person, as a professional, and as a Christian, I love each and every one of you. And I pray that you will rise above the circumstance to become great, because each one of you is great. Thank you.
All right, we love you too.
Hi, everybody. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Cody Snyder. I went to Hammonton.
Louder, honey. Closer.
I went to Hammonton for the 4 years you're supposed to. And I loved it. I loved everybody there. It was like a giant family. Black, white, Korean. We had Spanish everywhere. It was awesome. It was a literal giant family. I look like a cheesecake. I don't think I'm above anybody else. I loved everybody in that school equally. There's a lot of people that helped me out through a lot in that school that are Black. My best friend Cameron McDaniel, he's African American. He literally introduced me to his family when we were 6, and we've been best friends since. So no matter what your skin color is, your race, your creed, your origin, your beliefs, it doesn't, that's individual to you. You're special for what you can bring to the table. I just think all this stuff is a little bit too messed up, and we shouldn't have this problem. Slavery ended almost 200 years ago.
We did it, though. Because here we are. We wouldn't be here if it ended.
It should have ended.
Yeah, it should have been, but here we are.
I just want to say thank you to everybody.
Thank you.
So I don't work for the police. I'm sorry, I'm really loud. I'm used to speaking publicly. And I'm probably louder than what I should be. I don't know how to tell. I can't tell.
You sound
I'm
good.
sorry.
You're good.
If you can hear me, that's good. Anyway, yeah, police training I don't know anything about. I'm sorry, but I want to tell you that I'm really, really thrilled to see how many people are here. I'm delighted by it. I'm a local pastor on Route 206, and this is not, I didn't write a book. You don't have to buy it. I don't care if you do or not. In fact, it's not about, I believe in God, I don't believe in God. Although I do believe in God, clearly, I'm a pastor. But that's not the point right now. Right now, what I want to say is, all life matters, period. And it's very difficult to see something from someone else's perspective that you've never walked in. Many of you are here because you've walked in that perspective. Some of you are here because you're simply empathizing, or you're simply sympathizing, or you feel like you have to be part of that perspective. I look like a white guy. Look, I'm Italian. I was raised in Reading, Pennsylvania. That's a Spanish town. My high school was mostly Puerto Rican and maybe the rest African American. And when they said, "Are you Italian?" I'd be like, "Nope, I'm Puerto Rican." Why? Because I didn't want to get beat up. And I learned how to fight early in my life. That's not the point. That's not the point. That's not the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is if I've never experienced a particular perspective, it's difficult for me to understand that perspective. And there's nothing more important in this time, than to understand maybe I don't get what the other person is thinking about. Maybe I don't understand. My wife, she glows in the dark. She's a marshmallow. I have 2 kids. I thought they'd look like me. Nope, 2 little marshmallows. They don't look like me, they look like her. That's fine, no problem, right? And what I've learned over the years is I have understood. I was raised in a racist environment. Didn't know I was poor until I was 18 years old, out of my environment when somebody was telling me, "You're poor." I didn't know that. I thought we were happy. I thought we were good. And listen, I'm not going to preach. I'm done here in a moment. Here's my point. It is so important to have those conversations with somebody that doesn't look like you. Go out of your way to make those relationships with somebody that you're not comfortable with. Learn who they are. Learn to love them. Learn to know them. I don't have to meet you and convince you of my will. I just have to take you out for a cup of coffee or a sandwich or something. And then from you, find out this is who they are. And I love them. I don't care what they look like. I don't mean this in an offensive way. I may look like a terrorist. I've been stopped at the airport a lot. I travel a lot. Black lives matter. Every life matters. Absolutely. Amen. I may look like a terrorist. And in some places I do. But in some places I don't. And that's okay. Look, I'm done. I encourage you. Make your relationships with people that don't look like you on purpose. Intentionally step out of your comfort zone so that we can stop the stigmas and the prejudice in every direction. Listen, I love you all. I feel like you guys love people. That's why you're here. That's important. There is an injustice happening right now. In my opinion, we have to pray about it. We have to act on it. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you.
Hello? Okay. I'm going to keep this super short and sweet, but I agree with whoever was talking about police reform. We need to be focusing on that. I just graduated with my master's in criminal justice. I don't fully know everything that we need to do to fix the police, but there are things that we can look into. Obama set up 8 pillars that each department should be focusing on and working towards. I'll be asking our head of department what they're doing to actively work toward those things. We do have things in place that they're just not following the protocol. We haven't heard anyone said that. As a white person, as anybody else, we need to be checking our friends, our parents, our coworkers. It cannot be tolerated around us. I don't have a child yet, but around our children, we cannot allow that to go on at work. We can't allow that to go on our own, like watching family dinner with our parents. It just can't happen.
Silence is violence. Silence is violence.
Let me hear the mayor.
I want to hear her next.
So, my name is Dan. I'm an old man. You call me Old Man Dan. When I was the age of a lot of you, we marched a lot. We marched for racial equality. We marched against the war, for peace. We marched for environmental justice. I want to encourage you, all of you, whether you're young, old, whatever, to keep doing what you're doing here today. Maintain your discipline, maintain your nonviolence. Because these are extraordinary times. We have a pandemic that's ravaging our country. A lot of people my age are staying home because they're afraid to go out and be exposed. But in extraordinary times, we can accomplish extraordinary things.
Here you are.
It's going to be a long haul. I won't tell you. I won't tell you anything else. When I was 17, 18, 19, 20, etc., we did this kind of stuff. Now I'll be 70 soon. We still have to do it because we have not made the progress that we should have made as a people. So I want to tell you, if you're true to your hearts, if you're true to the cause, you're going to be at this a long time, all your life. Because these problems will not go away for a long time. The problems of cultural transmission cut both ways. We can teach our kids, as I've taught my kids, the proper way to live, to love your neighbor as you love yourself. But there are other people out there who teach the opposite. That because you're not my color, you don't think like me and I don't have to respect you. We all know that's bullshit. And I apologize for my language, but that's the plain truth. Keep at it. Don't ever falter. When things get tough, remember there's power in numbers. We have the numbers, and we will change this history.
Could she go next? She was waiting. She's been kneeling there waiting.
Hello? Okay.
Real close.
Hello.
Real close, so you're nice and loud.
So I think that a lot of people really think that racism is just okay, she's black, then she's less than. Or this person's Mexican, so that means that they're a thug. Or because this person is Asian, then that means that they have the virus. And I think what a lot of people miss is the fact that this country has been built on a lot of institutionalized racism. We have to do a lot of things. We have to do a lot of things to check ourselves, starting with our unconscious bias, our implicit bias, our explicit bias. And although I personally can say, like, sometimes I feel comfortable sharing the stories that I have felt, the stories that I have experienced as a black woman, it is not the responsibility of minorities to tell you all these things. It is not the responsibility for us to relive the things that have happened to us in
because I'm black, I'm better than you. No. And it's not saying because I'm white, I'm better than you. No. But for people who are not black, there are some privileges that you guys have that you may not be able to see until you go to Google. Until you have a friend who's comfortable enough to say, I want to talk to you about this. But it is not their responsibility. You got to check yourselves. And especially with our companies, with our businesses, how many people of color are in that space? How many people of color can advocate for other people of color? We need to start checking there as well. Yes. And right now, because I'm very passionate about this, I'm aggressive or something like that. How many years have we had to go through this? Hell yeah. I'm upset. And if we don't do anything to change it now, it's going to be a repeat. You have grandmas and grandpas saying the tear gas that they use on us, they're using on y'all. Yes. I don't want to hear that so-and-so is angry or so-and-so is no. Because this is the lens in which we have to live in. Some people are tired of hearing about racism. What about the people who are experiencing it? Not every non-black person is racist, and I hope that, I'm not trying to say that if you're not black, then you are. No. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying if we want real change, we got to do more than just say, oh, you can't say the N-word. No, it's more than that. It's when you see a black person, what's the first thought that you think of? Do you think that when we're in a corner, what are we doing? What's the first thought? When you're reading textbooks, how are black people being illustrated? When you're going up in status and rank, how many people of color do you have advocating for other people of color? It's these things. A lot of people don't think that these things are connected, but they are. It doesn't stop at just the, if I don't say the N-word, then not this, then, or if I don't say, if I didn't vote for Obama, then this. No. It's all interconnected. So for all of you who are not black, I appreciate you. And I appreciate you being an ally. And I hope that from this, we recognize that also, because it's not just, unfortunately, George Floyd. There are many others who have not been caught on camera. So like Brianna said, you gotta tell your friends to pull up. Thank you.
Hello. My name is Lily Williamson, and I have gone to Hammonton High School my entire life. And I can tell you, as someone who lives in this town, that people get away with too much, way too much. They get away with saying slurs in school and not getting suspended. This can't continue. This town also needs to change.
Yes.
We need police reform. We need longer training for our police officers. That is what we need. We need people who are not trigger happy, and we need people who are protecting Americans. If you are not outraged at the way that African Americans are treated in this country, you are not listening. You are not listening. Pay attention. Listen to what everyone has just said. Listen and take it to your soul. Talk to your parents. Talk to your family. Advocate, because praying is not enough. We need political change. We need countrywide change. That is what we need.
One last one. We'll talk about voting real quick.
I'm just going to reference what every speaker pretty much up here has said. The change doesn't start and end here. There could be 10 million of us in these streets right now, and guess what? That's not going to cause change, because in order to cause change, we do got to go to the top, and it doesn't just start with reforming police. It's reforming the people that put the police chief in charge. It's reforming our local elected leaders. We have to remember that they turn 18. You vote the mayor into office. He chooses who gets to control this police department. Put the right people in charge. Put people of color into highly elected government positions where they can make a change from within, knowing that they have all the support. If you haven't voted, if you haven't registered to vote, please go online, register to vote, and not just this November to get this administration out of this country for good, but in your local elections, in your midterm elections, anywhere that you can vote, vote. There are judges that go voted uncontested for years, and they're the ones passing down the sentences that are discriminatory. That's where we need to vote. Register to vote.
Let's vote!
Good job. So I wanted to come up and talk to you guys about educating yourself. Caitlin did it 1,000 times better than me. Thank you, Caitlin. So I'm just going to take a second. This young man and this young girl came into my life when they were 7 and 5. Their mother. I am so beyond proud of them today, and I'm also beyond angry that they even have to do something like this. Seeing all of you here in full support, wanting change is an amazing thing. So thank you, Zach and Angela, for everything you did to make this happen.
Oh shit, y'all right? Alright. So, like my friend Lily here said, I already said, and again, I go to Hammonton High School, and as some of you saw, one of them drove by wearing MAGA hats, wearing Trump flag, with a, and as a Latino in Hammonton, that is not the first time this has happened. Some racist thing has happened, because my brother, which is here, a teacher called the cops on him because he wore a shirt of an ice cream company, and they thought it was a gang shirt. My cousin and my brother both got the cops called on them by the school because they had too much money and they thought they were selling drugs. So I just want to say, there are swastikas, there is Trump, there's so much stuff in like the bathroom stalls everywhere, and the school just doesn't do anything about it. So, nothing. And I'm just saying, what is this? What kind of, it's just so sad that we're used to this. And this is why I stand with the black community, because if this happens to us, the Latino community, imagine how much worse it is for them. Just so much worse. And it's disgusting that we have to fight for this, but until equality is served, I say this again, we will fight with you guys, and we will always be with you guys.
What's up, guys? I want to make myself a little bit familiar with the community. I just moved to Hammonton about a year ago. My name is Galaxy. I have been going to protests all week, and I have seen it firsthand. Everything has been peaceful. I need everybody to understand that you need to pay attention to the media. You need to listen to the people in your community. You need to love each other. You need to respect each other. Change starts with you. Without you, no one gets heard. Without you on the front lines, people's voices are silenced. There is hate going on in this country that you cannot imagine. There is misinformation from our own president. You know, when the president does not try to unite, there is a problem. There is a problem when the president of the United States can look at his people and tear gas them. There's a problem when our First Amendment rights are not being upheld. And I respect the police department of Hammonton for letting us come out today. Because listen to me, I was in Philly the first day of protest, and it was peaceful. The cops started pepper spraying and tear
top of everybody else. Well, I'm gonna sit down. Anyway, I have grown up very privileged my entire life. I've been pulled over, I've been let go, I've been arrested and released the same night. Never once in my life have I had a fear that a police encounter would end in my death. But yet, I still feel that every time I have a police encounter, whether it's in the Wawa parking lot, in line somewhere, or getting pulled over, I'm automatically scared. And I cannot say how much more fear that resonates for people of color in this country. So I want to know, why am I scared every time I see a public servant, someone that's here to protect me? Why is it my last resort to call them in any situation where I feel danger? Why is it when I need to resolve a situation or need something resolved, the police are not who I go to? These are my questions, because we've so long just get rallied up, maybe it lasts for a month, maybe two, and it dims down as soon as the next media big hit comes out. But we need to think that this is happening every day. Whether it's George Floyd, whether it's anyone else in your community, in the cities, it's not right. It's not only racist, it's systematic oppression. The fact that there only needs to be 680 hours of training to be a police officer is ridiculous to me, when you need more training to be a barber or a salon stylist. When you need more training to become a lawyer or a doctor. Louder? Louder. When you need more training to become a... Exactly. You do need to respond with your mind and your heart. And that is not where it is. It's laid in fear, where they can hide. The fact that they're all wearing bulletproof vests today, the fact that they all have guns on their side, but yet they're the ones that can scream that they feel scared, is wrong. Why are you out here? Why are you not scared right now? There needs to be reform, there needs to be change, and they need to do it, or it will be done for them. That's all I have to say.
Justice, no peace.
No justice, no peace.
No justice.
Hi, Terry Lewis again. I just want to react to that comment. I understand where you're coming from. Even at 65 years old and knowing I'm doing nothing wrong, I get nervous when I know I wasn't speeding, or maybe I was a little, and I'm getting pulled over. So I can't imagine the fear. I know that. I know that. That's what I'm saying. I can't imagine the level of what the experience is like. But along those lines, what we can do, and I heard it here today, before the gentleman, excuse me, I didn't mean to call him that, Chauvin had 18 complaints against him. At what job can you have 18 complaints against you and still have a job? That's why we need to work in our local governments, as the young lady Galaxy said. We need to write letters. We need to educate. I'm so disappointed to hear about things going on in the Hammonton bathrooms and such, where students are defacing things with vile signs and comments. I worked in a school district where if that happened, it was immediately taken care of, and there was training for the students and the teachers. And that's what needs to happen. We need to live by the golden rule. Treat others the way you want to be treated. You can't learn if you're not valued. If someone feels valued in a classroom, and that's where my experience
People's cars
is,
getting
they
towed.
can't learn.
Look.
So that needs to be dealt with first. And even though you don't have a vote yet, you have a voice. When I went to Hammonton in the 70s, there were some issues that we demonstrated about, and we made it our voice. We went to the local newspapers. We went to the local the Philly radio stations and TV stations. You can do that before you're a voting age. Get your parents to be involved. Let them know how much it bothers you.
My drum!
Yes, Neil, tell him. I agree, but we're not here to argue politics, right?
It's human rights, not politics.
Yes.
Talk about people like Amy Cooper. You guys know Amy Cooper? Yes.
Girl, you talk about Amy Cooper. We're done with some teachers.
I'm Becca. If a lot of you guys did not know, I believe it was like the same week that George Floyd was murdered. There was a female at Central Park named Amy Cooper. There was a mom there. He was recording her because she was saying that her life was being threatened by an African American male.
Well, she
And
choked
the
her
fact
dog.
that her as a white lady was standing up there, looking at this man in the face, staring at his camera, saying things like, "I'm gonna call the cops and I'm telling them that an African American man is threatening my life." And she was really confident with the fact that nothing was gonna happen to her. She was confident with the fact that her privilege was gonna get her out of that situation. And that's exactly what happened with this cop that was kneeling in the neck of George Floyd. But basically, every cop that has committed, a hate crime, they believe that their privilege is going to get them out of this. And this is why we're protesting like this. This is why it has to stop. White privilege just has to end. It's so sick that, people like that could stand up there, look at these cameras. This is, they know this is going to go viral, but they really think that just because their skin tone is white, that nothing is going to happen to them. And that's why we're protesting. That's why this all needs to stop. And that's why we all need to get educated on what's right and wrong. That's right. Yes.
Real quick, we're going to sing happy birthday to Breonna Taylor. It was her birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Breonna. Happy birthday to you.
That's power.
Unfortunately, I don't need that bullhorn. I understand that I could never understand the plight of a dark-skinned human being. But what I can do as mayor of this community is help to try to usher in that change that you are asking for. Demonstrations like this.
Let him talk then. Let him talk.
Demonstrations like this, peaceful demonstrations like this are very important. Very important. I'm proud to be mayor of this town because I know our police officers have never discharged a weapon and hurt a person, black, white, yellow, green, orange. Okay? If ever you would like to talk, I'm going to say my number out loud. You can call me 24/7. 609 517 6324.
6324.
That's the mayor.
I got a big mouth, I'm sorry. God bless you all. Things like this are a step in a positive direction.
Thank you.
But just remember one thing. That is a step, and you have to make many of those, and you have to work together for change. God bless you all.
Thank you.
One final thing, I just want to say thank you, Mayor, for speaking. Thank you, Officer Creel, for even letting this happen and being with us and all that. And the bottom of heart means a lot. It really means a lot. And thank you guys. You guys are the most important part. Everybody coming out means a lot. Making signs, marching, speaking means a lot. It goes a long way. So everybody appreciates it just as much as I do.
I think this is the moment to recognize the accomplishments that these two individuals, these two young individuals.
Thank you, guys.
They have organized part of a movement to teach. As we listen today, we learn today, and we bring about change together. And I appreciate you. Thank you. God bless everybody. Take away from here the importance and keep passing it on. I hope you all are safe, speedy justice way to save, and that we can make this place what it is supposed to be. Thank you so much.
One last thing, Tuesday night, there will be a visual here in the same location, Tuesday night at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. right here, Tuesday. Everybody come out. Thank you.